So, good morning, ma'am. I'm Joel Ruiz Diaz from Section C, NWF 2 to 30 p.m. So, today we will tackle about Chapter 3 um, about s- study of internal agency in the Philippines. So, there are lots of topics. First, the Code of Kalanchaw. Second, Bilibid Prison. Third, San Ramos Prison and Penal Farm. Next, Iwahig Penal Colony. Third, Correctional Institute for Women. Next, Bilibid Prison. Davao, Davao Penal Colony. Sablayan Penal Farm. Leyte Regional Prison. Provincial Jail System. And last is Public Attorney Office or PAO. So, next, Institutional Agency of Philippines. Concise history of Bureau of Correction. So, correction in the Philippines started during pre-colonial times. It was, however, organized on individual community basis. It was only during the Spanish regime when organized corrective service was made operational. So on the correction the correctional system in the Philippines started in the pre-colonial times, or individual are organized in a community basis, and and uh, and one of the factor of um, rehiming that is the Spaniard or the Spanish. Um, Next, so when the Americans took over in 1900s, the Bureau of Prison was created under the Reorganization Act of 1905, or Act number 1407, dated on November 1, 1905. So, when the Americans took over, the Bureau of Prison was created or changed into a Organization Act of 1905, and was um, reorganized Act number 1407, who is uh, that dated on November 1, 1905. So, the main penitentiary was the Old Bilibid Prison in Oroqueta Street, Manila, which was established in 1847 pursuant to Section 1708 of the Revised Administrative Code. It was formally opened by Royal Decree in 1865. So, um, the old the old beloved prison uh, in Oroqueta Street, Manila, was established in 1947, uh, by the help or the pursuance to Section 1708 of the Revised Administrative Code. Next. About 4 years later, on August 21, 1869, the San Ramos Prison and a penal farm in Zamboanga City was established to confine Muslim rebels and recalcitrant, recalcitrant political prisoners opposed to the Spanish rule. The facility, which which faces Jolo Sea, was the Spanish-inspired dormitories and originally set on 1,414 hectares sprawling estate. So um, uh, it's it talks about 4 years later on August 21, 1869, the San Ramos Prison and the Penal Farm, Zamboanga City, who established confined Muslims. So they probably confine Muslim rebels and recalcitrant political prisoners who opposed to the Spanish rule. So if there is if they are opposing the Spanish rule, they will be punished and put in the prison. Um, Next. So when the Americans took over the 19 Bureau was Recognition Act dated number 10 as agency under the Department of Commerce of the Police. So as what we talk about, the Americans took over in 1900s, the Bureau of Prison was created under the Reorganization Act of 1905. Um, that certain system is under the Department of Commerce of Commerce and Police. So next, it also paved the way um, for the reestablishment of San Ramon Prison in 1907, which was destroyed during the Spanish-American War. On January 1, 1915, the San Ramon Prison was placed under the auspices of the Bureau of Prison and started reviving prisoners from Mindanao. So the reorganization or the act was also paved the way of the establishment of San Ramos Prison in 1907, which was destroyed in Spanish-American War. So um, the San Ramon Prison was destroyed by the war between American and Spanish. American and Spanish. And on January 1, 1915, the San Ramon Prison was placed under the auspices of Bureau of Prison and started receiving prisons from Mindanao. So their San Ramon Prison was, they agree or they accept prisoners from any prison, especially from Mindanao. Um, Next. Procedure were transported through rails, trucks, and a mode which the American introduced of prison. So their transportation system is through rails, truck, and I don't know the mode of the Americans, what their way and means in their transportation. Prisoners had to contend with dilapidated facilities with the cramped area. So it's up to the prisoner or mm, to the authorities in the uh, Bureau of Correction to how they treat to the prisoners and how they will react their needs in terms of facilities. Before the reconstruction of San Ramos prison, the American established in 1904 the Luhit Penal Settlement, now Iwahay Imprisonment and Penal Farm. So on a vast reservation of uh, 28,000 72 hectares. So the reconstruction of San Ramos prison, the American established in 19 where the Americans established in 1904, and the Luhit Pen Settlement, or now we call the Iwahi Prison and Penal Farm, is vasting a reservation of 28,000 72 hectares. So this is probably a big area for the prisoner in order for them not to be crowded and not prone to many illness. So next, it would reach um, an aggregate total land area of hec of 4,000 hectares and in the late 1950s. So it will aggregate total land area, so it will cover 40 40,000 hectares in late 1950s. It was located on the westernmost part of the archipelago and far from the mountain town of confined incorrigibles, who the in government was found little hope of rehabilitation. Uh, the area was expanded to 41,700 hectares. So, by virtue of Executive Order Number 67 issued by Governor Newton Gilbert on October 15, 1912. So, it was added about 1,000 hectares and 700 uh, 1,700 hectares from 40,000 to 41,000 and 7 hectares. So it was powered or a virtue of Executive Order Number 67 issued by Governor Newton Gilbert on October 15, 1912. So other penal colonies were established during the American regime on November 27, 1929. The Correctional Institution for Women, or CIW, was created under Act Number 3579, while Double Penal Colony in southern Mindanao was opened in 1932 under Act Number 3732. So, other penal colonies were established during American regime on November 27, 1929. So C the CIW was created under Act number 3579, while the Davao Penal Colony in southern Mindanao was opened in 1932 under Act of 3732. So, Mindanao, the colony of um, southern Mindanao and the Davao Penal Colony are quite different. So, next, the CIW, or the Correctional Institution of Women, was founded to provide separate facility for women offenders and to cater to their gender defense. To date is the lone women's prison in the country. So that certain system or the certain act is about the separation from women and the men in the prison, in order to cater the gender difference and to also to less crime about sex, and it will lessen problems in the jail. So next, owing to the increasing number of committals to the old Bilibid prison in Manila, the new Bilibid prison was established in 1935 in southern suburb of Muntinlupa, Rizal. The old prison was transformed into a receiving center and as storage facility for farm produce coming from the colonies. It is recently abandoned and under the jurisdiction of the Public Estate Authority. So, owing the increasing number of commerce commentals of the old Bilibid prison in Manila, the new Bilibid prison was established in 1935 in a southern suburb Muntinlupa, Rizal. Um, so the old facility, or the old structure uh, would was become a storage facility for farm produce coming from colonies. So after from being a jail, or for the prisoners, it become a storage facility for farm produce coming from colonies. Next, it is presently abandoned and under the jurisdiction of the Public Estate Authority. So, it was totally abandoned and under the jurisdiction of public estate. So the uh, Public Estate Authority um, decide to what to do in that certain facility, and because um, it is presently abandoned, so that's why they do what they need to do. Prisoners have to build their basic housing areas using materials available in the prison reservation. So the prisoner, um, they they simply build their basic housing areas, for in order for them to their in order for they where they sleep, and they put, and also that certain house was on was also built by materials available in the prison reservation, so they don't have um, any strong materials, just like glass or anything. They know that they build that facility um, of what they have, they have materials available. So after the American regime, two or more penal institutions were established. These were Sablayan Prison and Penal Farm in Occidental Mindoro under Proclamation Number 72, issued on September 26, 1954, and later Regional Prison under Proclamation Number 1101, issued on January 16, 1973. So after the American regime, uh, there are two penal institution have arisen on that time, um, namely the Sablayan Prison and Penal Farm in Occidental Mindoro under the Proclamation Number 72, issued on September 26, 1954, and the other one is Leyte Regional Prison under Proclamation Number 1101, issued on January 16, 1973. So, the Bureau of Prison was renamed Bureau of Correction under the new Administrative Code of 1987, issued on November 23, 1987, and Proclamation Number 495 of the President. So, it is one of the attached agency under the supervision and control of Department of Justice. So, Department of Justice under supervision agency have take control to name the uh, Bureau of Prison, from Bureau of Prison to Bureau of Correction under the new Administrative Code of 1987, issued on November 23, 1987, and Proclamation Number 49 ay 4950 49 495 of the President. So why that certain um, aspect or certain situation are being or happen. So I think they rename or change it because the perception of people of Bureau of Prison is all about the prisoners, their bad activities. Prisoners is what have dark side of the life, have very um, unwanted words coming from the people. But when we say Bureau of Correction is about um, prisoners who build their um, new character, um, that system of Bureau of Correction tends to correct the prisoners of what they are what they are doing from previous days and previous life from their previous life when they are very bad. So in the Bureau of Correction, from the mindset of the people, it is a system of correction. um, People will being corrected for that system, um, which is totally different the perception of people from perception of people to the Bureau of Prison. Next. So now let's tackle about the Code of Kalanchaw. So first, Article 1. You shall not kill, neither shall not steal, neither shall you don't harm to the age, lest you um, incur the danger of death. All those who infringe this order shall be uh, condemned condemned to death by being thrown in the river or in a boiling water. So so I have remember meme in the Facebook. So um, it is not allowed. It's not allowed to kill. You shall not. You shall not kill. Neither shall steal. But you can do swapping. Like he swap her wife to her. Swap her wife to another girl. Uh, so anyway, so this is uh, a great reminder for every one of us not to do this certain criminality or certain bad behaviors in order not to put in the jail and to suffer punishments. You shall not obey. Um, let let all your debts with the headmans be met punctually. Um, he who does not obey shall receive for the first time 100 lashes. If the debt is large, he shall be commanded to thrust his hand in boiling water thrice. For the second time, he shall be beaten to death. So this is the punishment. This is the if you will not um, obey the regulation, rules and regulation for the government, and all your debts with the headman must be punctually. So probably this is um, a punishment for the government or to the authorities when you are not obeying the rules and regulation. um, you will be put in um, boiling water thrice, or second shall not beaten to death. So it will be a serious punishment or a hard punishment when you do a certain objection or criminality against the government rules and and also to the people around you or to the environment.